Well, welcome to the final day, day 7 of De-Stress December. And it's great to have you, whether you're here in person or watching the replay. And so great to have you. My name is David Trotter, if we haven't had a chance to meet. And I've had the privilege of helping host these the last 7 days. And I also lead a manifesting circle at Behind the Lids every other week on Tuesdays. Have one coming up this Tuesday, December 13th. And today we have with us Mandy Adams, the illustrious owner of Behind the Lids.
Woo! Hi.
And over the last 6 days, we've had just the opportunity to hear from all sorts of wonderful facilitators that share their work at Behind the Lids. And we've learned all about bringing divine light into our lives, into our heart, divine love, I should say, catching our breath with breath work, maximizing our peace with meditation, manifesting the life that we long for. We've learned about grounding ourselves. Yesterday with Stacy, we had a great experience with sound healing. And today we have the opportunity to get to know and experience the work of Zaire Black. So Zaire, it's great to have you.
Hey, what's up? Love, love, love. Behind the Lids or bust.
I love it. Hey, if we were to meet you just, at a random gathering and said, who is Zaire Black? What would you say?
I'd say a wild spirit. That's my point. No, just someone who loves life and gives thanks for the journey, embracing all that I am to keep going.
And beyond the things that you do with breath work, give us a little scope of the things that you're involved with in terms of how you're making a difference in the world through teaching and events, and give us a little breath because you do a lot of different things.
Yeah, in respect of that, one thing I've always loved about myself is that I have a strong drive. I like to connect it to my heart. In intimate settings, my partner is always like, "Oh, your heart's thumping," and I correlate that to the drive I have to be social and active. I put myself out there, and not everything is a success. But as you mentioned, I do a lot, and I'm thankful for it all. A couple of things that are really important to me is empowering youth. That's something that is innate in my spirit. So I'm a teacher. I work in East LA. I help out 7th and 8th graders. I got about 90 students. And for me, these kids really need someone who's consistent and a positive male role model. It's sometimes it's shocking to hear about their personal lives and, to make a difference or just to be a consistent positive support in young people's lives is very fun for me. And outside of that, my background is hip hop music. So I was always a performer and worked with people who would just throw shows. So that culture, since my 20s, I always saw it from big things, international events to local Southern California stuff. That made an impact on how I navigate and execute events now. I do put together things that are more geared towards wellness and what I would say is in the yoga meditation realm. And then I'm a father of 3. I've got a 19-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 12-year-old. And that takes a lot of work.
Any more kids in your future, Zaire?
No, game over. Like literally, physically, game over.
Me too.
Yeah. I made sure. So no, and at my age, I think that would be it's a daunting thing to try to start that program again. It's love, it's a blessing, but no, I'm good.
Okay, good. Tell me about how you first encountered breath work and how that has impacted your life.
So I came out my mother and the doctor slapped me on the bottom and I started breathing.
Boom.
And I was like, breath work. No, told you I was a wild spirit. Obviously, like I've been meditating since I was young or whatever. And I hear so many different amazing stories about people getting connected to our breath. But seriously, specifically this practice of breath work, 2019, and it's amazing because to be genuine with you, in the different various forms of trying to meditate or breathe or whatever. It's amazing because it was actually at a Behind the Lids retreat in Joshua Tree with Corey, Frankie, and a lot of beautiful community, like some of the OGs. Nicole was there, Jasmine, Carrie, Sean, oh my God, Ian was there. Mandy, were you there? No, she's like, no, she's on mute. Mandy was there in spirit. David, you were there. Renata was there. Jenny was there. You guys were all it was all your spirit was there. Anyways, I'm there as a participant. I lay down. We're doing all the things. We're doing different meditations, healing circles, celebrating each other, interconnectedness, visioning, music. And then I lay down like towards the end of the retreat for a breath work with Corey and Frankie. And under the stars in Joshua Tree as a participant, I'm in my sleeping bag and they run the playlist. They have us breathe. They do all these different tools, healing tools. And I was shocked because I had meditated a lot in my life, but the connection to source, the connection to my inside love of self was phenomenal in this type of culture. And Billy was there. OG Billy. If you Billy is what was Billy's? He has like a funny name. I think it was Billy Love or something. I gotta hit him up about that. They were doing some amazing stuff, man. And I remember at the end of the session, I inquired, like I knew something inside of me said, I need to bring this to more community. I need to participate in this, so that experience, afterward, I asked the guys, and I think Frankie and Billy were like, hey, go train with who we've trained with, David Elliott. And I always tell the story in circle and ceremony. So I signed up. I did a training with David Elliott. And then after that, Frankie Salazar, who was a big part in the beginning of BTL, really put some time in. He had me co-facilitate with him for a few months. And at some point, he just like pushed me out the nest. And, that was right in the beginning of the pandemic, depending on what your perspective is. So that was amazing too, because there was so much integration and really inner work that we had to do. And he was like, man, go for it, And so in 2020, I really started facilitating. I was working with him a lot at Behind the Lids. And at some point he had me work by myself. And then he said, hey, just do your thing. And between David Elliott and him, I felt I had some background. And then I slowly but surely started incorporating my own perspective on it.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that. That's very powerful. How would we have talked about breathwork a bit over the last 6 days here, but how would you describe breathwork to someone who's maybe just getting into it? Like, what is breathwork and how does it impact you physically, mentally, spiritually?
Thank you for that perspective on the three doshas, right? The three qualities of our life, mental, physical, and spiritual. What's beautiful is that it's going to be different for each individual, I perceive. I think there's some similarities. There's some core things that happen to us in the physical, mental, and the spiritual, but I think everyone's experience is different. And I'm humble enough to say, hey, you'll have to figure that out. But what I do know is that it's powerful in helping us align with more connection to those aspects of ourselves. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're seeking, breath work, meditation, and the ancient practice, we use the Western term, we use English to call it breath work, but really it's pranayama yoga, right? Breath of fire, breath of flame, like Dalsum and Street Fighter would say. There's these powerful tools in India that were all, and I'm sure ancient civilizations, there's Chinese aspects. The Kundalini rising is a form of holding your breath and powerful breathing to really move energy. So for people on the physical level, mental level, and spiritual level, there's a lot here for you. And it approach everybody, it impacts them at different levels of the spectrum. I'm always touched by people who are in their healing process for deep problems like cancer, diabetes, high anxiety, depression, and how they work through some of that stuff. And they find serenity, they find effective healing through breath work for some of those deep chronic issues, right? And then a lot of people get connected to healing trauma relationships. family relationships, partnerships. You see that in a lot, and like some serious perspectives of people who come and lay down. I feel like there's an emotional release that can occur for some folks. And then on a spiritual level, you know, my class at BTL is called Connected to the Cosmos. I know we piggyback that into this conversation. And for me, that's the beautiful aspect of spirit, getting deep in your heart, but also flying through the universe, and whatever that is for each individual. So in a spiritual sense, that's happening. It's the potential's there for that, you know, depending on if you go for it or not.
Mm-hmm. As you mentioned, and if you guys don't know, whether you're here live or a replay, Zaire does lead a breathwork class every Wednesday night at 7:30 called Connect to the Cosmos through Breathwork. So it's every Monday night. I apologize.
Yeah.
Monday night at 7:30. And so you can check that out at any time. So Zaire, lead us through a little experience here for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, sure. Okay. Everybody get naked. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. So for breath work, you know, the couple things that have came to me over the years, right? So it's going on 3 years of me facilitating. The first thing that I'm always humbled by, and I've learned this, is that people come in with a full day. Our class on Monday nights is at 7:30, and some people have worked all day on a Monday. Some people have gone through doing a lot of personal work. If they're a coach or whatever, they've held space for clients. If they're a parent, they had to get breakfast and lunch and take their kids to school and pick their kids up from school. Like so much. Get in the car, get to BTL. Like you see it, I feel it energetically. So a big thing for my class is the prep, and it requires me to be really patient, and I have to be calm and get myself centered. But I really like us all in the beginning of a session just to kind of sit in lotus. So if you will, just if you can, I'm not sure what everybody's up to, but you'll want to just kind of chill. And I always like when we go behind the lids, which I think is a beautiful aspect that Corey picked up. I've asked him a couple of times. I can't remember exactly where he got that idea, but I love sharing that you close the eyelids and where do you go? Behind the lids, right? And we got to go inside. So sitting in lotus, just with the eyes closed. In this space, I like people to really connect. It takes a little bit. It takes some commitment right here to slow down and chill. And right here in this space, what I offer is, because I'm mindful of your day, it's 7:30 in the evening on a Monday, I want you to let go of the past. That can be the whole day. That can be relationships, responsibilities, challenges, triggers, all these new terms that are just all the things we go through. Let's try to let go of all of that, the things back there. And then as you're breathing, be mindful of just this basic breath. And also, I offer you to now, as you're breathing, paying attention to letting go of the past, whatever that is back there, challenges, responsibility, your family members, people you're struggling with relationship-wise, you're letting go of all of that. Please also let go of the future. Later on tonight, tomorrow, the things you're reaching for, the things you desire, the things you are scared of that you have to deal with down the road. We let go of all of that. And we really are coming to the be here now, as the pundits, as the gurus say. Come to your be here now, which is the core center. So you're breathing, and it's a prep. It's a beautiful preparation because you really get centered, calm, chill into your core. So then in a breathwork session, what we would do at this space is there may be some opportunities for us to pause right there, take note, and then we flutter the eyes and we get connected to who's in the space. So take a second, and when you're ready, just flutter your eyes and come to now. And that change right there in those few minutes is golden, special. So now what we do is there will be some stuff, man. For me, it's ceremony. It's very deep, beautiful opportunity. You worked hard to get here. You deserve to feel connected to a special moment, ceremony, being present. So there'll be a few things here, right? Smudging, maybe working with the Oracle deck, maybe speaking our names and intentions. And then we would lay on our backs and drop into some beautiful breath work. So demo that for a couple minutes. You'll hear what I'll do is I'll guide us, right? I would check in if anybody's new. And then I'd say the style of breathing is going to be from the mouth. We'll use 2-part inhales and 1-part exhale. But I also offer everybody a chance to do whatever feels right to you. If you want to, like, you have some practice and you just need to nostril breathe, or you need to just chill slowly and just lay down, it's beautiful. You're okay. You know, you're allowed to kind of do your thing at a session that I'm facilitating. So then we'll just get to our backs somehow after all that beautiful stuff of ceremony. Then on our backs, we're going to breathe in our stomachs, we're going to breathe in our chest, and then we're going to have a full exhale. Okay. So it would be, go ahead and get the body ready, and then let's breathe together. Inhale in your stomach, inhale in your chest, full exhale. Ah. Inhale in your stomach, inhale in your chest, full exhale. Ah. Inhale in the stomach, inhale in the chest, full exhale. Ah. Stay in that rhythm. 1, 2, exhale it all out, release it. Inhale, inhale, ah, 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 ah. And as you're breathing, you're going to want to be in your head, right? Keep breathing, stay in that inhale, inhale, exhale, stay in that. Don't go in your head, come down into your heart. And that is work. It's called breath work. Keep breathing those double inhales, exhales. Double inhale, 1, 2, exhale. And we're in our heart space, which can be complicated for some of us, right? There's things in our journey that make the heart a unsafe place, or we have parts of it that we're working on. Keep breathing, opening up the heart space. Double inhales and exhales. And at some point, the lips might dry, the brain is trying to take over, and I hope that you keep coming down in your heart, staying in that rhythm, and whatever's coming up for you, lean into that. If there's light codes, if there's some challenges, stay in your heart. The breath will guide you through those anxieties, those challenges, the busy monkey mind that we'd call it. Stay in your heart. And this body has a somatic journey, memory, right? So you move blocked energy. That's a beautiful tool I've learned from David Elliott, is that we need to move the energy. So if the knee is sore, if the neck is tight, loosen that energy with the breath. Keep breathing, breathe. Beautiful work. Love yourself in the heart. Wherever you've got some tension, see if you can ease that energy, move that blocked energy, even if it's wiggling the shoulders a bit, shaking the legs, whatever it is. Collecting your aura energy with your hands as you breathe. You're allowed to move the energy. Yeah, man. So we'll go ahead and we'll pause. Take your time. If you're in it, go ahead and have a couple more rhythms. But we're just sharing real quick. So when you're ready, pause right there. What I'm gonna offer you to do is, in a session, we'd be in Shavasana right here. Right, it'd go on for about 20 more minutes. There'd be a soundtrack, healing tools, but this is just a gift real quick, just a kind of an insight, right? A teaser. So pause in your Shavasana, calm the breath, and your heart rate is probably amped a little bit. That's beautiful. The body's probably like, wait, what's going on? And in your Shavasana, keep your intention, right? You had this beautiful work you did with an intention, and just feel into it, loving yourself. And let that intention really amplify, ripple through the body. So from the heart, it starts moving, pulsing, and it's moving all throughout the cells of this body, this vessel. And allow every part of you, physical, mental, spiritual, to really feel that intention, because you're worthy of loving yourself at that high clip. So all of you is connected to the intention, and it's not coming from the brain or thought. It's coming from the heart. Jai Jai Radhe Ramana Hare Bo. Jai Jai Radhe Ramana Haribo. Jai Jai Radhe Ramana Haribo. Jai Jai Radhe Ramana Haribo. 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 Jai Jai Radhe Ramana Haribo. Little chant right there. It's just connecting to Godhead, connecting to higher source. So when you're ready in that Shavasana, be mindful. Now you come back to the body, wherever you were, wherever you've taken off to, just feel your energy coming back to this vessel. So now we kind of bring energy from the heart back up into the cranium, the frontal cortex. We're back in this headspace, maybe a little bit of finger movement, toes, and then just the rest of you comes back. And when you're ready, you'll just bring those eyes back into the house. I'm gonna get my eyes in here to see you. I love you all so much. Whoa, whoa. I haven't seen myself this day. Whoa. But that's a little glimpse, a little teaser of how I facilitate and show love for community. So thank you for participating in that, everybody.
Zaire, thank you, first of all, but also if we're in the midst of a stressful moment this holiday season, whatever that stressful moment is, right? Kids, work, shopping, gifts, exterior stimuli. What is a simple breath technique that you would invite us to use? And maybe it's the one that you shared to help us like calm ourselves down in that moment. What would you suggest for us?
There are so many. But one I just really resonated with, so I'm going to share it. One that I went on a retreat, and a dear brother of mine, Saul David Ray, who's just a wise man, does a lot of studying in all these facets and aspects of our life. He studies. He goes to India multiple times. He goes with the Mayans in Peru, and he's just a beautiful soul. He shared a beautiful meditative technique that I really like. He talked about our frontal meridian and our back meridian. So we have the chakras, right? And he blessed me with like the main meridian is from fingertip to fingertip that crosses our heart. But he sits us down and he does a beautiful 4 count, and you can expand on it as you get better at it. But he wants you to start from your crown down to the third eye for 4 seconds with an inhale, getting to the root, whatever that is for you. It takes a little bit. 2 seconds below your bottom, right? So your grounded space, pelvic region. And then you move 4 seconds up from the back of your chakra meridian. So 4 seconds exhale, 2 seconds above your crown, 4 seconds from the frontal meridian, 2 seconds below. So what that would feel like, and I'll just demonstrate it. I'm going to inhale for 4. Pause for 2. Exhale for 4. Pause for 2. Inhale for 4.
So as we're doing that, we're just envisioning our breath or energy traveling through those meridians, or what?
Yes, moving from your frontal meridian, external back meridian,
Mm-hmm.
which are holding space for the chakras, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, breathing. And it's just basically a beautiful count. 4, 2, pause, 4 up the back, exhale, pause for 2, inhale for 4. And as you get comfortable, you can move that to 6, 8, it depends on where you want to take it.
Yeah. What a great technique. Thank you so much for sharing that. Is there a name for that?
I'm sure there is. It's called being dope. No, I'll have to reach out to Sal. I'm sure he gave me a name, and I just really resonated with it. And so you asked, and I was like, hey, that one was really, I've been using it lately. And so I share it.
We'll call it the De-Stress December breathing technique.
Ashe, aho, amen, Allah Akbar, Satnam.
All right, so once again, Zaire has his class on Monday night, 7:30, Connect to the Cosmos through Breathwork. So you can check that out at behindthelids.com/calendar and sign up for that anytime. And then a couple things. One, to remind everybody, tonight at the studio, there is a full moon, I keep saying new, full moon ceremony with Lisa Beebe at What time is it, Mandy? Let me look here.
7? No, 6. She's
6
throwing
o'clock.
up a 6.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock with Lisa Beebe, full moon ceremony. It's a time to release things from the previous month and create new intentions for the next month. And so she is a wonderful facilitator to guide you through that. If you're interested, you can sign up at behindthelids.com/calendar. And then I also wanted to remind everyone that we have a special going on right now, unlimited classes in the month of December, only $50. Classes are generally $25 each. The experience tonight is not considered like a class, it's more of like an event, so that's not in the class category. But Zaire's class, my manifesting circle, the women's breathwork, men's sacred breathwork circle, the morning breathwork, the meditation, all of those are included in this unlimited class package for $50, or in the month of January, $100. So if you'd like to purchase that, you can go to behindthelids.com/specials and take advantage of that offer. So, Zaire, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. Mandy, thank you for helping just give an opportunity to do this the last 7 days. And Renata and Jenny, thank you for being here today. And those who are watching the replay, it's great to have you. So Behind the Lids is an incredible place to be able to de-stress, not just in the month of December, but anytime, and cultivate peace and really experience healing at all the different levels, right? Physical, emotional, spiritual, and relational. And so invite you to check it out. Check out any of the classes that are offered. It's a great resource, behindthelids.com. So any closing thoughts, Mandy?
Oh, thank you guys so much, Zaire. Thank you. That was beautiful. And thank you, David and Renala, for showing up. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It was wonderful. Perfect. Happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah, hey,
Happy
David, I appreciate you. You're a beautiful force that's brought in a lot of love, helping out Mandy so much. I really see you, and just am thankful for your presence in my life. Mandy, you already know it's mad love. And then Renata and Jenny, you guys are the best. I look forward to giving you a big old hug soon. And everybody have a safe rest of your weekend. I'll see you soon.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.